Good morning, everybody. Welcome on into the Friday episode here of Winning Bets. That's right, it's Friday. It's the weekend. Woo! Hope you guys are feeling good on a great Friday morning. Morning's off to a good start. Let's settle on in, enjoy our sports, and enjoy our sports betting as well. Let's go ahead and recap yesterday, and then we'll dive on into the action today where we've got some Friday soccer action to go ahead and cash with you guys, and then we'll roll out the weekend slate of bets in the Premier League, and also don't forget about NFL Sunday, Week 14. It's nut crocking time in the NFL. Who is the best of the best? Who's the men? And we'll separate the men amongst the boys this weekend in the NFL. So diving on into the recap from yesterday, how about a first half cash? That's right. We sent out the tweet yesterday of Tottenham over 5.5 shots on target that we were on the hook. Going into halftime, a stat correction gets us off the hook and into a first half cash right there. And then Sun did pick up, also a shot on target there in the first half. So you feel pretty good. You've got plus 280. And you really just need one shot on target there by Sun in the second half to go ahead and cash that. Remember, we did only put a half a unit on that prop. So let's talk about that game, generally speaking, as a whole. A first half in which certainly Tottenham dominated the game. I mean, West Ham couldn't barely even get a kick on the ball there in that first half, but Spurs weren't clinical at all in the first half. They only get their one goal. They let West Ham hang around. But overall, if I look at what the Spurs did in the first half and look at what they did in the second half, they weren't direct enough with their attacking. They weren't straightforward at West Ham. It was a lot of attack the byline instead of whipping in across, and I thought Kulusevski was probably the biggest issue of the entire day there for Tottenham. No whipping in crosses. It was get to the byline, stop, and then do the cutback, and then try and work it around. So much possession. If you look at Tottenham's heat map, so much possession, like right around the 18, just kind of moving the ball around, trying to find the pockets of space, trying to find the angles to which to attack that West Ham defense. Nobody wanted to be direct. Nobody wanted to go at West Ham. So a day in which I thought their offense really didn't look all that great. And also another time of watching Tottenham play. I do not like Son as the number 9. I don't like him as the striker. He's much better as a winger. We got Son as a winger in that game as Richarlison came on, so he became the number 9, and then they moved Son out to the wing position. So then you're feeling really good. I was like, okay, he wasn't getting any delivery, any service as the number 9. I thought, okay, now we're going to go ahead and cash this prop because he's going to pick the ball up on a wing and he'll, just go for a goal, for somewhere like around the 18. But unfortunately, he didn't get enough time because then he picked up a knock in that game and had to be substituted out. So we only got about a 10-minute run as him as a winger as he exited, around 75, maybe the 80th minute. So a weird game. Obviously, brutal mistakes by Tottenham, which gifted West Ham a couple goals, but they're at their own fault. They let West Ham just kind of hang around in that game, and West Ham eventually punished them on some really, really bad mistakes. So, a good game to watch. Certainly an entertaining one, but I thought Tottenham could have been a lot better in their domination. They just weren't good enough in their attack. So then we move it over to Thursday Night Football. Obviously, Patriots and Steelers. Obviously, a game in which there was more points scored than what the majority of America would have thought going into that game. And that being said, you're still right there. You still got an opportunity to cash the under 32.5. You're basically a blocked punt away from getting that because no points were scored in the third quarter. And if you don't get that blocked punt, if you don't get the Steelers starting the drive on a very short field on the Patriots' 26-yard line, they hadn't shown any ability in that second half or really all game that they were going to move that ball. So, certainly more points, in that first half than you expected. But damn, if you didn't have a chance to maybe backdoor your way into an under 32.5. But it certainly wasn't meant to be. Patriots offense gets 21 points, get 18 from the Steelers in that second half, and you lose right there 21-18. So, all right. Definitely a game, though, in which helps Bills Mafia. You needed the Steelers to pick up a loss. You're doing it too, right? You're in the point of the season where you're watching the standings. Who do I need help from? Boy, did the Bills really need the Patriots to come through yesterday. So that was the only good that came out of that. We did put together a same-game parlay. It lost, but we scooped back up to $6.16 in a free bet. So that's how we roll into the weekend. Let's see what everybody's up to on a Friday morning. How's everybody's weekend shaping up? And then again, we'll dive on into the action today. Morning, Corey. I'm right there with you, man. I got the same Friday vibes you do, Corey. I'm so damn excited it's Friday. I don't really have any big plans. I'm sure it'll be a lot of holiday-related stuff, but I'm ready for it, man. Morning, Kyle. Morning, man. Morning, Bill. Sorry the ladder didn't come through for you, man. That was, I mean, yeah, just making Zappy look good in the first half. I mean, obviously Henry with a couple good throws, the good catches, but no intro today. I had my intro today. I think I played it. I played it, dog. I played it. Meet some winners. We got it, man. I know. We all took a little bit of a beat in there, and I know you took a little bit of a rougher one doing the ladder, but we'll get it back. We'll get it back, Bill. We'll get it back. What's going on there, Lee? Good, nice to see you again this morning, Lee. It has been a while, but it happens. It happens, my man. Jets got you down in the dump. Yeah. Chance to maybe get a win against the Texans at home. Yeah, probably not going to get a win. Going back to Zach Wilson, how do you feel about that, Lee? Going back to Zach Wilson. I would have given Trevor Siemian a little bit longer of a run. To me, a one-game sample wasn't enough. I think he is the best quarterback on that roster. I'd have given Siemian another run, but back to Zach Wilson you go, my man. Back to Zach Wilson you go. Yeah, I mean, that's it. We're a first quarter, or like I said, even with the first quarter, though, we're a blocked punt away from getting that under 32.5. I know some of you had the under 31.5. That's still fine in a 21-10 game. You're a blocked punt, even with a high-scoring first quarter, and Zappy looking good in the first half, throwing 3 touchdown passes. I mean, shit, just a blocked punt. Morning, Brian. Morning, man. Just gear up for next year. I've said that multiple times. Gear on up for next year. I didn't actually say who was going to win. You did. Nah, it was implied that you like Tottenham. Don't be kidding yourself. It was implied, Corey. You like Tottenham 2-1. Yeah, I didn't think Spurs were lots of possession, dominated it, but just not direct when they're attacking, man. Just whip in crosses. Too much dancing around the 18 boxes, trying to look for the perfect pass. And like I said, Kuliszewski was, to me, he was the biggest problem on that field. He wasn't direct. I didn't like him. It was 4 plays in, man. You'd have had a good year. 4 plays in. I know it's painful, man. I know it's painful because it's the NFL, and we just the love that we have for the NFL. It would have been different. Actually, yeah, I was going to say it's different from your thoughts, but not different from previous seasons, unfortunately. Yeah, I hear that, man. I hear that. We're going to get it back, Bill. We're going to get it back, Bill. Friday vibes, Bill. We're getting it back. How's the boy doing this weekend in basketball? Let's go. Let's go. Crunch time. It is crunch time. I hear that. Taylor, what's going on, man? Will we get another Academy game under an Army game? I know those games generally do go under. I sent out a free bet already. I just made $6 of free arbitrage money using a Caesars boost. Yeah, Army Navy game generally do stay under. Enough bashing my goddamn team, fellas. Let's move it on to another topic. Of course it is. Of course it is. It should be. Justifiably. I would rather bet the under. 27.5 is what the under is. That's according to Bill. 27.5. Let's go make some money today, boys, on a great Friday afternoon. Got a couple soccer plays to go ahead and share with you guys. We'll do one. We'll go to the Netherlands League. We'll do the classic both teams to score in over 2.5. I gave it out yesterday at plus 110. I did get a peep of a look this morning. I think I saw it was at plus 125. So technically, obviously not going to be on the right side of line movement on that one. I like it. I like the home and away stats. I even like both of these teams. I mean, you're getting goals scored, you're getting goals conceded. I really don't know what there is to be quite scared of in this one. I thought the stats looked great for an over, and obviously I think the stats look great for both teams contributing. I'm just getting a live look at the line here. Now it's plus 130. Shit. jump on it. I wish I would have the plus 130 price. Unfortunately, I'm locked in at plus 110. The other parlay, it does start in under an hour as Galatasaray kicks off here in under an hour. We need them on the money line, and then we'll take a couple teased over there in Bundesliga and League One this afternoon. And look at Galatasaray. Matt mentioned that yesterday on Between the Posts. Remember how Matt mentioned the other leagues take care of their Champions League teams and put them on a Friday afternoon so they have all weekend to rest before midweek Champions League? Classic example right here in Turkey of one league taking care of their teams while the other leagues, most notably the Premier League, they don't care. They'll just slot you on Saturday, Sunday, and they don't really do you much favors. But love this spot here for Galatasaray. Obviously playing on this Friday afternoon, tons of rest. They haven't played since December 2nd, so they'll be ready to go. All the big guns will be in. Expect them to pick up the money line and then cash a couple overs as well. Minus 114 over on Caesars. That one would take too long to get an active price and see if we're on the right side, but I can't imagine being on the wrong side. Galatasaray's got just a great spot, great team, been really good at home. So yeah, look forward to them picking up the 3 points and then cashing a couple overs with that. So 2 little soccer plays is how we're going to make money on this afternoon. 2 little soccer plays. What, Taylor? What you got, man? You've been blind betting. Nice. Love that CLV. CLV didn't work out for us last night. It does make you feel good as a bettor. CLV makes you feel good. In the end, it don't really matter. People will say on the long term, if you get a lot of CLV, you'll be a profitable bettor. But in the short term, every little thing is an independent event. But it makes you feel good. Let's get it, Taylor. Let's get it, my man. Anyone's help Brian out. Help Brian out. You guys help Brian out while I disclose what the weekend Premier League bets are. Not a lot of justification with these. Obviously, Matt and I did Between the Posts yesterday where we talked all 10 Premier League games, broke them down, and obviously gave you guys leans and picks. My leans are on the show. The picks are in front of your face. Go ahead and give me that Man City first half team total. Just really reminiscent of that first half team total we cashed a few weeks ago when we did Bournemouth, and it was a hammer spot against Bournemouth. Not quite going to be a hammer spot here because you do got to acknowledge Man City's form. You got to acknowledge, how they're not quite fully peaking right now. That's why I'll just do a half a unit because of those acknowledgments that you do have to, come to grips with. But obviously with how much they create, expecting them to score 1 goal and knowing that Arsenal just got 2 goals against them in the first half and a similar kind of style of play, it's certainly worth a go with at plus 166. So I'll do a half unit there. Wolves and Forest, expect a good under snooze fest in that game, so bet that under 2.5. Arsenal Villa, I will bet that one over 2.5. Mainly we talked about on Between the Posts is, it does have the same feel as Villa City. But Arsenal doesn't have the injury concerns that Man City does. All their attackers are ready to go. Expect an over 2.5. Expect a good game. And really just want to see what Villa can do. Can Villa go back-to-back here? Beat City, beat Arsenal at home in back-to-back games? Well, it'll be fun to talk about that one on Monday, regardless of how it goes. Because then Arsenal could really just be up in there and leading the table. So really look forward to that clash right there. Sheffield on the double chance. They're taking on Brentford. I think this is just going to be your classic good old manager, manager bump that you get when you fire a manager. They didn't get it in the first game, predictably. It was against Liverpool. This is the one where they're going to get the predictable manager bounce. Great spot here at plus money. This one we are already on the right side. It's now down to minus 105. We're locked in at plus 110. Yesterday on Between the Posts, love that spot right there. And then Brighton minus 1. They're at home against Burnley. They should beat them. I expect them to win by a margin. That's why I'm comfortable doing the minus 1. But if they obviously win by just 1 goal, that one will be voided and we'll get our wager back. But Brighton's been the better team. They're certainly better than Burnley here at home. They're going to create a ton more. Give me the Brighton minus 1. And also Brighton doesn't – they're at the luxury where they're playing all their really good players because of their injuries. So not a lot of rotation coming in. The big boys will be playing. I like it right there. I did want to actually, let me drop this here. I meant to do this. Here we go. I was thinking about coming back to the comment section. I did just drop in the comment section. I'm going to drop in the description the hashtag basketball that Bill asked about. I wanted to make sure I got that to you guys, and I meant to put it in on the description. I'll do that here in a second. What do we got here, boys? You guys are still chatting about Army, Navy. Taylor's on the Blues and the NHL. I love it. He's got a couple systems that are on this play as well. They're good. Good. You love that, right? That's not every play just can't be a system play. It's all the analysis, and then when you have systems to add to it, you love that, Taylor. Let's go. Let's go. Minus 130. I love that. That's still painful, man. I don't know what the F the Bills were doing in that opener. That had to have just been one of those sigh of reliefs. Oh, good. Rodgers is out, and they just wet it. Just wet it. We got another one here. All right, let's go. Let's go. Throw a juice reducer in with it. Let's go. All right, boys, let's throw up these NFL bets. That's how I'm going to roll. And how about our 2-unit play? You want to talk about CLV there, Taylor? We got some good CLV on that one because the current line is 33.5 rushing yards. Current line is at 33.5 rushing yards across all books. We locked in on yesterday over 30.5, 2-unit play, minus 118. We talked about that one. Lions and Bears. How about 3 straight overs in the head-to-heads? How about Lions games have gone over in 4 straight? The Lions are a great over team. It's going to be great weather in Chicago this weekend. Obviously focused in on Sunday's weather. And it's going to be a great winter day in Chicago. Upper 30s, no risk of high wind, no risk of any rain. Beautiful weather in Chicago this weekend, so expect that over trend to continue in Lions games and in the head-to-head series. I'll also do the over there in Colts-Bengals, another one in terms of weather. Weather checks out great this weekend in Cincinnati. And you're seeing an uptick from both of these teams in terms of from an offensive standpoint, and then the defenses are vulnerable as well. So I like that over. And then Bucks-Falcons, I was going to do each kicker individually to have over 1.5 field goals, but then just settled on this one. This bet here most recently cashed in their head-to-head a few weeks ago. And then also the Falcons have the #1 red zone opponent TD percentage. The Buccaneers come in at 4th best. So you get two top 5 defenses in terms of clamping down in the red zone and not allowing touchdowns, settling for field goals. Obviously, with this game being played at Atlanta, there are no weather concerns. And the dome makes coaches more advantageous to go for long field goal kicks as well. Expect this game to possibly fall under the total as well, but I just went from the field goal angles. Give me over 3.5 field goals made combined at minus 105 over on DraftKings. As of now, that's how I'm rolling. I do want to let you know a couple spots that I've got circled on the NFL in terms of like additions, but monitoring line. What were the ones I like? Oh, yeah, I like Raiders +3. I like the Raiders at home +3. Both of these teams coming off a bye. You like the resurgence of what the Raiders did briefly coming out there with Antonio Pierce. Maybe a little bit of a minor hiccup lately, but fact is they went up against the Dolphins and Chiefs. Obviously, 2 really good stinking teams. I like this spot here at home against the Vikings. I don't know if you play them straight up at +3 or perhaps they're a great teaser candidate. But Raiders +3 is certainly one that catches my eye in terms of liking. I also liked, what was another one? Saints. I'm wondering if maybe you can tease Raiders up and with the Saints money line. Saints money line, Raiders teased up. These are some of the thoughts that I've got as well. I like it. Ravens, well, obviously you want to see how their quarterback situation shakes out with Lamar Jackson, missing practice. So obviously didn't feel comfortable to get on that one. Do get on that. If you like that Colts-Bengals with me, 2 books already have it at 44.5. FanDuel's lagging a little bit on the 43.5. So if you agree with me on that over, hop on over to FanDuel. That one's likely going to join the other books at 44. I'm looking right now at DraftKings. They are at the 44. Caesars is already at 44.5. So hop on there with me if you like that one. I think the Raiders was maybe the biggest. I told you about being too late to the party, but Bills 6-0 off the bye. I like them. Obviously, we've got a 2-unit play in that game. Like the Cowboys as well, the -3.5. Just like them at home. Think they'll continue the rolling. Eagles been having just a really tough schedule. Going Bills, 49ers, now Cowboys. What a rough stretch. Not that the Bills have an easier stretch. Bills got it rough too, getting the Eagles and the Chiefs and what have you. So that's all for now, boys. But that's some spots I've got circled. This Jaguars-Browns total of 32.5. Obviously, the Jaguars with a backup QB. Don't quite know what you're going to get with that one. So just enough to a little bit put me off. But I think Raiders and Saints feels like working it in or solo plays. Maybe Saints -5. If they truly did work out their red zone issues like they did last week, Saints -5 feels pretty goddamn free. That Panthers seems awful. awful. So we'll see what gets added to it. But those are some spots I've got circled. And as of now, I think we've got 4 good plays to go ahead and roll into. So I can't wait to get this jumbo hat. I cannot wait to get this jumbo hat. You also like Raiders +3. Okay, yeah, I like it. Do I wait for the 3.5 because it is juice, so maybe it becomes a 3.5, or do I just play the 3, or do I tease it? What's the more likely thought? Tease it with Saints money line or play as a single? Probably just need to keep it to a single. I just do Raiders +3 and maybe Saints -5. Can you find a 5, or is it all? Let me look. Saints. Yeah, you can get -5. I mean, everybody's really better than the Panthers, obviously. Yeah. Oh shit, you can get a 4.5 on MGM. You can get a 4.5 at MGM. I may do Saints -4.5, Raiders +3. Probably add those two. Saints at home. Pretty sure it's a big, like I'm pretty sure if they win and the Falcons lose, then they're tied for first. So it's just a massive game. I mean, it's so much importance for them. I'm really not worried about late game. You do see division matchups, and they can be low scoring and tight. But I don't know, Saints, that 4.5. I get that 4.5. It's 4.5 at PointsBet, -110. I like that. Do you still take Allen's rushing over 30? Yeah, I think it's a 2-unit play. I think the fact that it's 2-unit obviously speaks to you. I don't expect him to have 31 yards. I'm not winning a 2-unit play on the hook. I think he goes way over. Again, it's gone over in all 5 of his career games against the Chiefs, and it's gone over by a gazillion in all 5 of those. So no concern. Love what the new offense is under Joe Brady. Love that they're allowing Josh Allen to run under Joe Brady. He's even healthier after the bye week, so less of a concern with the shoulder. Yeah. It's a 2-unit play, so I got a lot of confidence he's going over. So taking it over 34, it's fine by me. Your NBA play for tonight is Hawks +8 against your 76ers. No Trae Young, possibly. Yeah, that would move the line. Don't have their best player. Surprised they even hang a line without that superstar. Surprised they would even. I mean, he's in terms of line movement, he would move it, you would think. If you think he's going to play, definitely grab the 8. Oh, Trevor Lawrence is playing? I missed that, Ryan. Thank you for that insight. If he missed it, he's playing? What's the line on that game? Jags +3? I hadn't heard he was playing. I hadn't heard he was out, to be quite honest. Brian saying that's what he heard too. Then why would I not do Jacksonville? Why would I not do Jacksonville +3? I don't think that they may lose a game, and you got to respect Cleveland's defense, but I wouldn't expect them to get blown out by the Browns by any stretch. What's that over-under then? The over-under is at 32. Shit, I would like the over more than taking the Jags then. Trevor Lawrence is playing? I didn't hear that. I should set up... Oh, this reminds me. I'm going to finish reading this. I should set up a college bowl challenge. I thought about that. I've done that in years past, not on YouTube, but obviously with buddies and stuff. Let me think about that. The one thing that you did mention that I want to bring up, Corey, is starting next week, we're just going to do free bet giveaways. We're just going to be doing the free bet giveaways. We want to do them at enough time to where we can place the bets, cash the bet, and then the following week we'll just be doling out cash. So if you're interested, if you want to contribute, if you want to give out some bet advice so we can build some parlays, got several free bets with those points we can turn in on MGM. I haven't done it yet, but I think I can probably turn in enough to get 3 to 4 $25 free bets. So let's see if we can't get hot next week with a combination of your bets, my bets, make some 2-3-legged parlays, couple singles. So, and then we'll try and give away some money on the following week. So that's how we'll do it starting next week. And I'll even use some personal cash. Been doing these giveaways. Not everybody's been hitting me up to collect the money. Again, I think the Pigskin Pick'em contest, I've only given away the $25 twice, maybe 3 times. Like, ain't nobody hit me up, which it is what it is. Also, I've got some leftover money from Owen Bill, some money. His jersey wasn't quite what I owed him, so I'll be even using some personal cash to build some parlays and do some giveaways next week. So see if we can't get hot, boys. Let's use this weekend. Let's start to build the momentum, get the flames smoldering, and then next week just get on fire. And then the following week we can give away some money before the holidays, because then I'm sure we'll break away for a couple weeks as we all spend time with our holidays. See, I heard it was a high ankle though, and high ankles you're out. High ankle sprains you're out, and they said it was a high ankle sprain. Read 10 minutes ago it's going to be a game time decision. I would like that over. I would like that over of 32 if Trevor Lawrence is playing. I would take that over 32. I mean, again, Browns do have a good defense. You're certainly respecting that, but just as a like from Odds Trader, again, it's not the end all be all, but they've got 21-32. That game would soar over 32. That'd be 44 points. You'd have an easy over hit. Hell, you could have a little regression and still easily hit the over. That's one to monitor, boys. That's one to monitor. That shows up next week. I am taking your suggestion. You hit me up on Twitter, so things will be different around here. I got my 4-year-old excited to help out. Raiders +3, Saints -4.5. I may lock these in while we're hanging out. That Saints, Panthers are awful. What did they do their first week under new interim head coach, whatever the hell his name is? Who the hell? I don't even know who they had as a coach. Whoever they brought in or hired or whatever, elevated. What did they do? What was the score of last week's game? Where is it? Who did they lose? We know they lost. They lose to everybody. They lost 21-18 on the road to the Bucks. And they already lost to the Saints earlier this year by 3 at home. That was early in the year, back in September. Maybe I'll just do Saints on the money line. Maybe I'll find a little two-teamer. Saints, and who else is winning? Saints, because that -225 you don't need. All right, I'm going to build a two-team. I like the Saints a lot. At home, they're fighting for the division. Panthers ain't doing effing anything. Who can I parlay them with? And I think I will do Raiders +3 alone. I'm not trying to. 49ers? You could do a Saint. That's -149. I'm not paying that much. Not in the NFL. What's a team you guys like to pick up a win? What's just a bona fide, like, this team's not losing this week? Are the Ravens? What's the deal with Lamar Jackson? What's the deal with Lamar Jackson? Is he definitely playing? Is he definitely playing? It's so weird, the NFL. Like, I'm going through the game trying to find out two teams I think will just win the game outright. And it's hard. The NFL is brutal. Like, I would think the Falcons win the game, but not going to do that. I would just play them alone if I like them enough. It's -130. I do think the rate. What's the deal with Lamar Jackson? Best bet is Zach Wilson and Allen to throw a pick. Yeah, Dolphins, I hear you, Brian, but I don't want to do a parlay that extends to Monday. I'm trying to make money this weekend. It's money-making weekend, not money-making carry shit over to Monday. But I do agree with you, Brian. Dolphins at home ain't losing to the Titans. But I want a two-teamer for the weekend. So Falcons should win. I would think the Ravens win, and a Ravens-Saints parlay is -120. I like that. Is Lamar, we got to figure out, is Lamar healthy? What's the deal here, boys? Is Lamar a go? Lamar and Jackson. I thought he was sitting out of practice. Oh, it's just an illness. Due to an illness. Oh, he should be fine. What are we talking about? Just an illness? I would think he's going to be fine if it's just an illness. Saints I like. I like the Lions, but I'm not willing to bet them. I just want to live with the over there. Colts, Bengals, I don't really want to bet that. I just love the over. Jags, Browns. So, hold on. Yeah. It did say he returned to practice, but you got to wait. You can't bet that unless you know. Yeah, high ankle sprain. These guys are tough to come back so quick from these injuries. Man. In Vegas, you bet the Yankees 2020 12-1 odds got way better. You think the Yankees will be the favorites to win the World Series when the season starts? That would just be not dumb money, but that would literally just be the public just gravitating towards the name. Yankees still don't have the starters to get it done. And Juan Soto, I mean, as long as they're still going to rely on Stanton and all these bums, Soto makes them better. But then I just see Ohtani went to the Blue Jays. I think I just saw that tweet like 10 minutes ago. Ohtani to the Blue Jays. I know. NFL is tough, man. Tough. You like the Bills and the Cowboys? I like the Bills. I told you guys 6-0 after the bye. They even play the Chiefs really well in the regular season. It's the playoffs they get tripped up by the Chiefs, but in the regular season they beat them. 6-0 coming off a bye. I like the Bills as well. Again, if I played them though at plus money, they wouldn't be a parlay for me. And you like the Cowboys? You do. I like the Cowboys too. Cowboys and there you go. Cowboys Saints is plus 124. I do like the Cowboys. I would expect them to win. You like the Chargers? It's always hard to trust Brandon Staley with my money, to be quite honest. Brandon Staley with my money makes me nervous. Although he did give me a cash last week. He did cover that -5 against the Patriots. Got to give him credit. Yeah, I am feeling fading the Panthers. I'm on it. What's up, DeGent? You like the Broncos? That's it. They're not a contact hitting team. I've said it before. They can feast on pitchers 3, 4, 5, but in the playoffs, pitchers 1 and 2, they don't make enough contact to hit pitchers that are 1 and 2 in a staff. They always go down in the playoffs. Too much bombers in there. Always too many bombers. I know. Yeah, Ohtani to the Blue Jays. I'm serious. I saw the tweet. I'll go look. I'm pretty sure I saw the tweet. Yeah, Ohtani to the Blue Jays. I guess it is still not quite official, but there's rumors of him going to the Blue Jays. All right, hold on. Building a parlay. Building a parlay. Let's see. I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna hit this, boys. I'm gonna price shop this, but I am hitting. Please, Ohtani to the Jays. You like it? You're not a Blue Jays fan, but what are you like a fan of another team where you didn't want them going somewhere in your division? Is it more like that, Taylor? Stay away from my division. Going to the Blue Jays accomplishes that feat. All right, hold on, boys. I think I'm building a parlay. I am building what I've got queued up here. I am hitting. Where's Raiders? I am hitting. Can you do alt lines? Yes, you can. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Saints on the money line. Raiders plus 10.5. Minus 117 on BetMGM. I just want to price shop. That's going to be an official bet. Madden it right here on the show. Saints on the money line. Raiders plus 10.5. Oh, that's going to be a worse price on FanDuel because they've got a much higher line on the Saints money line. Let's see if we can do better on Caesars. That's a bet. That's a bet. And they've got a higher line there. So let's just go to PointsBet where they're hanging at 4.5. Your best price could come over on PointsBet. It's an interesting thought. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Building a parlay. Nope, that's going to be more. All right, so that's the best price. I'm doing it. Saints money line. Saints money line plus Raiders plus 10.5. That's an official bet for me. Make it right here on the broadcast so I remember to put my unit on it. Saints on the money line, Raiders plus 10.5. I'm rolling with that. Minus 117. Like the price. Like it. Yeah, I like it. Saints plus 10.5 for the Raiders. I like it. All right, that's an official bet. So we got another one. All right, got another one. I like it. All right, that's probably it for me today, boys. Tim Hortons coffee. That's that Northeast coffee, man. That's that Northeast stuff. I just wait for lunch so I can build a sandwich. Almost there, man. It's 10:38 where you're at. 10:38. You're almost at lunchtime. Almost. All right, boys. I do have that one additional play I added. Saints on the money line, Raiders plus 10.5. And Ryan is not bringing the vibes that we're looking for on this Friday. Those are not the vibes we're looking for on this Friday. Not the vibes, my man. Not what we need, Ryan. Not what we need, man. I like it. I don't see the Saints losing that game. And I see the Raiders covering, so I'm rolling with it. I like it. All right, boys. All right, come on back on Monday. Well, hopefully this place looks a little different. Hopefully it looks a little more Christmassy. And then, of course, we'll, again, like I said, we'll give out some, we'll do some free bets. We'll do some giveaways next weekend. We'll have ourselves some fun. Heat up before the holidays and try and put some money in our pocket. All right, boys, go enjoy your weekend. Have a good one. Good luck this weekend. May it be money-making weekend to you. We'll see you then, boys.